Ashamed of
I
mine.
always do.
Become comfortable with 42.
You stayed
We're
there.
live.
We're live.
She doesn't want anybody to know. She looks really good for her age. And my dad was always young looking, you know. I always think, well, yeah, I'm not ashamed of my age.
Oh, no, they're all right there. Thank you.
Wonder if they're coming.
I don't know. They know what's
Rachel isn't, because she's
No,
not.
no, no,
he's
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
the
this solar project.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Solar project.
2 minutes. Thank you, Dan.
Hello.
Hi. That's them. Have a seat.
Have a seat. Good afternoon.
One minute.
Sure.
Okay, can we stand up and do the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and have a roll call, call the meeting to order and have a roll call, please.
Trustee Wakely, Trustee Carranza, Trustee Lacewell,
Here.
President Bang,
Aye.
Trustee G, Trustee Wolfart,
Here.
Trustee Canal,
Here.
and Tom Green.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? These are the committee meeting minutes of March 12th. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Can I have a second, please? We got a second?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Okay, next to the bills. Go over the bills real quick. We got the testing contract for water for $39.58.33 and sewer for $39.58.34. We got sewer testing $146, water testing $17. Visconti Computers $126, $457 retirement plan $375. Building inspection $75, gasoline $77.86. A building inspection, 70. Fox Valley Fire came out and did their annual monitoring and stuff, 616.80. Northern Illinois came out, they had to repair a service line over here on 173. That was $3,090. Frontier was $347.55 and $761.65. Ace Hardware was $2. Barrick Switzer was $175 and $677.50 and $26.95. One was Keystone Power, the other was ongoing work on that house on Third Street, and then general business. USA Blue Book, 18127, and Menard, 6686, a total of 17,417.16, of which 6,064.22 will come out of the general fund, and 11,352.94 will come out of the water fund. Does anybody have any questions? Can I have a motion to pay the bills?
Motion to pay the bills?
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Wakely, trustee Kranza,
Aye.
trustee Lasow.
Aye.
President Bang,
Aye.
trustee G, trustee Wolford,
Aye.
trustee Panel.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We have any public comments?
You knew that was why I was here, right?
That's okay.
I don't know if you guys know this, but when ordinance 24-2 was approved, we already have ordinance 20-3 on the books. It was put in under Conrad when COVID was, and it was under Title V, Public Safety, and then we have chapters 1 through 5.
Can I explain that to you?
Okay.
That, you're talking about the executive order stuff, the executive,
No, it was an ordinance.
yeah, but it was written under the guidance from the governor for
When
COVID.
we had COVID
We
that
had a
time.
separate thing he did, we have an ordinance, and then we did a declaration of local state of emergency. And then he put in that, the name of this ordinance, the number of this ordinance for that part of COVID. But then we have, apparently we have 2 ordinances now that are for
Okay.
emergencies.
We can look at it.
We can look that up, and if one of them isn't right, then we'll get rid of one, okay?
I didn't know if you
Our
guys knew
understanding,
that.
our understanding was that when that ordinance was written, it was written under the auspices of the governor's office.
That's
This
what I-
is a standalone just for the village of Capron.
They,
Because I thought there was a time limit when we were on that one, that after, then they released the time, because you only had to the next
At
meeting.
any rate, we'll take a
I
look at it.
didn't
If it's an overlap, if it's a duplication, we'll void out one of them.
What's the ordinance number again?
20-3, you said, right?
yes,
And then 24-2.
Okay,
is the one that is recent.
all right, we'll take care of it.
Okay.
Okay,
The
thanks for bringing it up, appreciate
The
it.
second thing I want to ask about, I know you guys want to talk about it, is the driveway that you're wanting to use MFT funds on.
Yeah, no, can't use MFT funds.
That was my question.
That's
because that
general,
property is the Lions Club.
that's general fund money. I went over that with Justin Crone, and I kind of figured we could not use MFT funds for that,
Right.
and you cannot use MFT funds for that, okay? All the paving that we do on the streets and stuff,
Right.
that's a whole different animal. Because that's not really, first of all, it's not our property, okay? We have right-of-way on that
Right.
property.
Right.
So my idea behind that whole thing was to, instead of filling it in with gravel and planing it out and grading it out every time it rains and wasting all the time and money on it, let's just go ahead and spend the money and get it paved, because we use it, it's easier for us to plow snow on it in the wintertime and everything else. So that was my justification for that.
Will the Lions Club go in half?
No,
Why not?
they would like to pave the other driveway,
But
and we're not gonna do that one.
when I was a trustee,
Yeah.
there was gravel bought by the Lions Club. They took care of their area, both
Okay.
driveways. They dumped gravel where we would park our trucks
Uh-huh,
and informed us that we had to take care of that.
okay.
They sent us the bill, we had to pay half for the gravel, so it would only seem fair.
All right, let me look into it, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank
I'll ask them if they can throw in a few bucks and we'll see, okay? It's not a bad idea, okay? All right. I know everybody uses it, but the
They
reason.
use it as much
Yeah.
as we do.
I know, but I just felt like since we have the right of way and we have to get to our water tower and our pump house and all that, that it would make sense for us to improve that piece of, that roadway, okay? But yeah, I'll ask them if they want to jump in, okay? All right, not a problem. Anybody else got a comment?
So
Okay.
just for clarification, you're gonna discuss with Lions Club on them going half on half on paving that part.
Well, on a portion of it, I don't know if they'll be able to do half.
Okay, so we're gonna
But I'll
discuss.
find out if they can do something.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, next is this is our appropriation ordinance. This is the budget for fiscal year 2025, which starts May 1st, okay? And we're required to have a budget approved and filed with the county clerk by the end of the first quarter of the fiscal year, which is actually July 31st, but I don't think it makes sense to wait that long. So we did the reconciliation of the FY 2024 budget, and that's the budget that I used as a basis for the new one, okay? So, some quick highlights. If you go to, just go to the water expenses, okay? You're gonna notice some numbers in here. Go to the water expense, I've got a task order number 2, the well rehab, and we're gonna budget $100,000 for that. And what that means is we're pulling the pump out of well number 2, and we're gonna rehab it and inspect the well itself and see if it's in good shape, and if it needs any repairs, get it done, and take care of the wellhead and the pump and everything else at the same time. This should be done on a periodic basis, and it's not been done for quite a while. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna get this done, and then we're gonna take a well number 2 and well number 3, and we're gonna put them on an alternating, rotating basis, so that they both get the work done on them that's supposed to, without having to completely shut down the water system. On the next page, and you'll see task order number 3, and that's the wastewater capital improvement plan. And you notice we have $150,000 budgeted for that, and that's got 3 items on it. That's going to finish the upgrade on the SCADA system with the new PLC controls and everything, so they can do everything remotely. That's about $50,000. We're gonna do a smoke test. So, and everybody will be notified by this, so when you see it, don't get scared. It's a smoke test. They run smoke through our sewer lines, okay, to see where they're leaking, right? And to see where they're not working, all right? So if you see some smoke coming up in your basement or whatever, that's what it's gonna be. Well, we're gonna notify everybody what this is, and the reason we're doing this is because every time we get heavy rains, we have an influx of water that comes into our plant, at the wastewater plant, and it does a nasty job on our pumps and our filtration system, and not to mention the bacteria and stuff that we have in the system to eat up all the solids and everything that we have to replenish every time, and it's a real headache. And this water's coming from someplace, and we need to find out where it's from. And then the rest of it, they're also gonna do a manhole inspection to make sure that all the manholes on the sewer lines are in good shape, so somebody that doesn't collapse and whatever, okay? So those are the main things. We saved $285,000 because we're no longer paying for the sewer fund, the bond, okay? So this money here is a little bit short of that, all right? So to make a long story short, we're gonna end up with a surplus of $71,000 if everything works out okay. And that includes doing all this work and all the paving and everything that we intend to do. So that's what we got, okay? So I want to have that approved at the next business meeting. If anybody's got any questions, they can ask them now. They can talk to me after the meeting or before the next one or whatever, and I can go over everything with you, okay? All right. The next thing we have here, we were scheduled to implement a water rate increase on April 1st. And for some reason, and I don't know why this got overlooked, but it did, and it did for quite a while. There was an ordinance number 15-03 that was written, and what it did is increase the water rate by 6%, which put the water rate over what the ordinance calls for over the period that they have the scheduled rate increases. So basically back in 2015, we were paying a water rate that we're supposed to be paying almost now. So everybody's been overpaying based on that ordinance since they raised the rates at 6%. Nobody went back to the ordinance. and made adjustments on the increases, okay? So, I don't know, there's no good way to go back and better figure out how to refund money to everybody for overpayment of water bills, because it's not gonna come to much. It's only gonna be $100 or whatever it is. And people have left, and people have moved in, and it's all kinds of stuff. So we felt like the best thing that we could do is eliminate this last rate increase, okay? And just keep the water rates as they are. And of course, we already eliminated the $5 surcharge on the sewer side. So in essence, everybody's gonna get a $5 decrease in their water bill. I just feel that's the smartest thing to do. So we're gonna have an ordinance here. In fact, we printed out the actual ordinance, and if you take a look at the very last scheduled rate increase, we're supposed to pay $22.29 for the first 22 gallons on the sewer side. And way back in 2015, you were already paying $19.38. And I think we're paying pretty close to what that is now. The water was supposed to be $8.92, and we're already paying $8.97 or something.
I can pull the record. if you
So I felt like, basically what this did is it took all these rates, all these posted rates, and kind of put them out of whack, because they didn't increase everything by the 6% after the fact, okay? So I feel like the easiest thing to do is to write an ordinance to eliminate this last scheduled water rate increase, and at the same time, have in the ordinance that the future water rates will be at the discretion of the board. So if we don't have to have a water rate increase, we won't. And if we do, then we'll discuss it and we'll vote on it and do it that way, rather than taking and having an ordinance that goes out 10 years worth of water rate increases and not knowing what the circumstances are gonna be, whether you need it or not, whether you need more, whether you need
Right.
less. So I just think that's the best thing to do.
Right.
So this is something that I wanna vote on at the next business meeting, okay? All right. Next on here is the paving access to the water tower. First of all, I'm gonna need your approval to do this, but I got two bids, okay? Yeah, Majestic wanted $16,500, and the county, Justin Crone, is gonna do it for $13,750, okay? So you have an ordinance here, I have a resolution to allow us to spend $15,000 just in case there's an override. But we're only supposed to spend the $13,750. So what I'm gonna do is I'll talk to the county, I'll talk to the Lions Club before the next meeting and find out if they're in a position to do anything with us, and if not, then I'm gonna ask you guys to approve this so we can get it done. Okay? Next, we have a request. You know, we have the signs on our village signs when you come into town. One's for the Lions Club and one's for the Methodist Church. And the Apocalyptic Church would like to add another sign, same size. You've got a kind of an artist rendition here of what it would look like, okay? And they just want permission to add that. And I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be able to. So, once again, we can approve this at the next meeting at the end of the month, okay? You got anything you want to add to that?
No, it's just, the church has been there like 50 years.
Yeah,
And
okay.
the pastor had asked us to make the sign. I said, well, we need to
Yeah.
talk to the village.
Obviously, we have room on it, so we can do that, okay?
Yeah, I know.
And I'm toying around with the idea, maybe next year we'll get the school involved and maybe we'll make up some new signs for the village, because those things are starting to show their age. And maybe we can get a new slogan, whatever, and, you know, do something for the winning class or whatever we can do, okay? So, yeah, okay, so we'll take care of that, okay? The last thing I have, I got approached by this company called Next Era Energy Resources. They sent me an email, and I didn't even know this was going on, but I guess they're in preparations of wanting to turn the cornfield on the north side of Cemetery Road that abuts the village on three sides, okay? They want to develop that with a 2 acre or 2 megawatt ground mounted solar
Apartments.
array, And when we passed those ordinances a couple of months ago, with all with all the codes and all the zoning and everything that was in them, and they went over that, and they decided that since we were trying to be proactive in this area, all right, that maybe we were an opportunity for them to come in and do something. I didn't make any promises. They wanted to know what our process is for annexing property and rezoning property, and they wanted to come in and make a presentation on their behalf to tell us what advantages there are for them to come into the village, and what they had planned and all this good stuff, and I figured it isn't gonna hurt to listen.
Now,
So-
is this between the corner and the farm, or is it from the farm that was there where it used to have the cows?
You know
And
where
the
that
other house.
cornfield is on the north side of Cemetery Road that goes into the village? In the subdivision? That's the property.
Right on the corner.
No, it's not on the corner. It's down it's down where the subdivision, if you were standing in my backyard
Okay,
and looking left, you see a cornfield.
right,
That's the cornfield,
okay,
okay?
all right,
All right, so it's actually, it abuts the village property on 3 sides.
okay.
And then the front of it is on Cemetery Road, okay?
Okay.
So there's like 27 houses that surround that cornfield, so they're gonna have to be involved in this decision too. But I wanna turn the floor over to, who do we have here today? Adam?
And then,
Okay,
yeah,
Adam Siegelstein and Ben Yui.
and you.
okay. If you wanna come up front, okay,
That way they can see you on the camera and the people that are watching can see.
and speak up a little bit,
We have some slides I can,
Yeah.
so I can pass it
Here,
on.
you pass
Okay.
it around. Same extras for you.
So, very brief one.
thank you.
Didn't we have solar panels in another area here in Capron? Right?
Not too far from here, from where they're talking.
Yeah, that way people can, because everything is, yeah.
Yep,
Videoed, so we want to
There
make
you
sure
go.
you're in there.
You're good.
yep, you're good.
Let's see. Actually, this is the first time for me to present at like a HGO, like a village meeting. So
Okay.
also originally I was born in China, so this is kind of like everything's pretty new for me.
Okay.
Like learning process for me as well. But I'm very excited actually to have this opportunity, and thanks for having us here today. And my colleague Adam, and my name is Ben Yu. Basically, we are here today because we have identified like this very unique opportunity. I think that will benefit the community and also the village. And this is like the solar project we're talking about. It's a 2 megawatt AC community solar project in Capron. You mentioned earlier, like right adjacent to the village of Capron. We're like thinking about like basically we're interested in permitting the project through the village of Capron and also annexing the associated parcel to the village of Capron. And on the, if you click through the, probably the second slide, so in terms of the presentation overview today, we're going to talk about who we are, and also going to talk about the project in general. We're going to share some benefits the project will create for the community, as well as some environmental impact some of us might be concerned about. And the last, to the end, we're open to any questions from the audience and also from the board.
Okay.
So who we are. Next door Energy Resources is, obviously it's the big company, and we're the leader in the renewable energy sector. It's the largest generator of the wind and also solar energy in the world. And we have operations in 41 states, and our headquarters is based in Juno Beach, Florida. So Juno Beach is I would say a small town, kind of like a southern part of the Florida. And we're interested in permitting the project through the village of Capron, and also like the annexing the associated parcel, the parcel like shown on the image on the left, that parcel to the village of Capron. And the annexation will be contingent upon the SUP, the special use permit, and also the building permit approval. We believe like if we permit the project through the village, it will have like a better benefits to the village compared to if we permit the project through the Boone County. And this project is a 2 megawatt AC community solar project, and the address is actually the 10800 Cemetery Road. And we're going to use approximately like 16 to 20 acres of the parcel for this project. And at this time, we have like an interconnection agreement with the utility, which is a ComEd. That means is basically once we have the project constructed, we can like connect our solar system to the utilities distribution system. I'm gonna pause like, if you see like any question or anything. Yeah.
Where would the entrance be for the facility?
The entrance will be, we're gonna have like install like an access road off the cemetery road. So it's.
So right about here?
Yeah, right, you're right.
Bigger, just quite opposite.
And for the village, if we annex it in, would we have to plow through it to the entrance?
No, that's not, this is really early in the project to ask that question, but, I would assume they're gonna maintain their own property.
No, I mean the
Cemetery
road up
Road.
to it.
He's meaning
Cemetery
Cemetery Road, which is.
Well,
not
Cemetery
county.
Road is a county road, they
Yeah,
take
but if
care
we're
of
gonna
it.
annex it in,
It would be.
It's still a county road.
Okay.
Well, technically, when you annex to the far side of whatever road you are annexing, so it would have to be a discussion with Boone County or
Okay,
the township.
township,
I don't-
okay.
Because we only have that one little plow truck.
It's-
I know.
It
And that'd take
would,
away from plowing the rest of Cape.
it wouldn't make sense for us to plow it because it's just a piece
Yeah.
out there, so it would just be a discussion with Boone County.
Are these the ones that move, they tilt following the sun, like they have out on 173 in Poplar Grove?
Yeah, that's an excellent question actually. So basically we're gonna have the tracker system. That means like basically the solar panel is gonna rotate, like follow the track of the sun.
Track of the sun. Because the ones we have don't do that by the water department, do they?
No.
They just stay, wait, okay.
That's for the first one. So if, I'm gonna move to the next one. I think this is my favorite slide. So in terms of the community benefits, we're looking at like various benefits for the community. The first one is actually the property tax and also sales tax. So over the life of the project, we anticipate paying $325,000 in property tax, and the majority of the property tax will go to the school district. And we think that's very important because we saw like, seems like we have like a large number of the young family here with kids. And I think this project will, basically help the community and also help the local educational system. And in terms of the sales tax, we're looking at paying like $75,000 over the life of the project, and this will go to the Boone County, and which will benefit the village as well.
You say lifetime.
Yeah.
How long is lifetime?
This is looking at 20 years period. And on top of that, the village of Capron will receive the phase related to permitting as well, and it's like additional revenue for the city. And next is the economic benefits. For this one is, typically the construction project that will support like a local economy or employment. And during the construction phase, we plan to hire like subcontractors and contractors, basically skilled laborers, and they will spend and visit spend in local restaurants like convenience store, supply store, those kind of thing, and that will eventually help the community thrive. And on top of that, we're investing approximately $500,000 in the local electric grid system, especially like the distribution system. and that could improve the reliability for the local ComEd customers. I believe like probably majority of the our audience here are using ComEd services at this time. And this last one, but not the least, is the community solar benefits. So some of you might wonder, like, what's the community solar? So community solar basically is a ground-mounted solar system that communities can submit it to. Like for example, like for this project, we expected probably like 250 residential subscribers. Basically, like 250 people can subscribe to our.
That's about half the town.
project. Yeah.
About the time.
That's the number
Yeah.
of the company.
We have what, about 450 water customers,
Yeah. 460
right?
houses, but residents is more like around 14.
No, I'm just thinking, well,
For houses, yeah,
accounts.
residential homes
okay,
is
so this be
460.
just under half.
Yeah, to make things even better, we can actually market locally. That means like we give the people here, like the like the residents in the village of Capron the first priority. Like basically we knock on doors and tell them this program, and they can subscribe to our program. And once they submit the program, subscribe to the program, they will get like a discount on their electric bills. That's one of the benefits. And on top of that, basically like I have noticed like some residential, they have like the rooftop solar. I think that's compared to community solar, like the advantage of the community solar is that you can actually you don't have to like like do the maintenance, regular check and those kind of thing, but you can still get the clean energy from the community solar system. Basically, like without like some additional cost on your own.
So what's the difference between you guys and these people that come up and ring our doorbells and want us to sign up for this alternate energy stuff?
Is it also subscriptions to community solar?
Well, they come and they show you that ComEd's raising their rates, and if you sign up on their solar program, you get a discount, and then you sign up with them and you find out they put a surcharge on your bill and you're not saving anything at all right? And then you end up canceling that and going back to where you were in the first place.
So you're paying the same people, just different avenues.
What's the advantage of you guys being right here and somebody signing up on your system rather than these people that we don't know where they're coming from?
Yeah, I could take that.
Yeah.
So in Illinois, you can get the electric supply from a different company than your local utility like ComEd, right? You have to get a ComEd bill as long as you're in ComEd because they own the distribution and transmission lines. So they're gonna pay all the delivery charges. But you can buy the supply elsewhere, like a third party like that, a retail electric supplier. With community solar, we're not a retail electric supplier. You'd still be a ComEd customer. A subscriber basically just gets a portion of the electricity out of the project, and it gets routed through ComEd's billing system. So whatever portion you subscribe to, let's say you subscribe to like 1%, whatever the meter reading is for that month, ComEd's going to grab 1% of it and put it on your bill, Mr. Beckton. So it'll just get sort of netted out of it.
Okay.
And the way we structure it, and the way actually the whole industry structures it, is it's a discount. So if you got like $100 worth of bill credits, at least 10% is what you'd keep out of it.
Okay.
And it's structured as a discount, so you're always going to make money.
So you just put this up just for a discount then, is what I'm understanding from the energy company?
So anybody can subscribe to the project if they are in ComEd territory. What we're offering, just because we want to be a part of the community, is to target some marketing to you guys if you want to subscribe. But if you don't, so you get like first priority on subscriptions. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. The permit is, it's completely separate from the subscription side of it. It's just an extra benefit we want to offer to you all. Otherwise, we would get subscribers from anywhere. They could be, Chicago or wherever.
Would you say I was interested, would I have to come up with a fee for you guys?
No, we would structure it and just give everybody the same fee. Probably a 10% discount on the bill credits. But we're just kind of thinking about it now. So, that's traditionally what we do for our other community solar projects.
I think the village should put this on their Facebook page, because it's quite close to a few of these houses in the subdivision, and maybe they'd like to see that.
Well, this is just an investigative
It is.
thing here. We're not,
That's right, yeah.
we're not committing to moving forward on this
No,
or anything.
but I
I
think
just,
the residents should see how close it is to these, if it was to go forward.
well, if that's the case, then, well, first of all, we're not gonna do this without any residents' input.
Well,
Well, that's why I'm saying to put it on the Facebook page.
If I might, if it goes forward, there'll be several public hearings. I mean,
Yes.
You have to have a public hearing on the annexation, the zoning would have to go through the ZBA, well, which is our.
Yeah, this isn't something that's gonna happen overnight, and it's gonna be surprise,
Every one of
okay?
those residents around that property would get specific notice to come to a meeting on the zoning aspect of it.
All right.
Yeah, the primary purpose of this meeting tonight is to introduce the concept to you
Right.
all. So the way the land is structured now is we are to permit through Boone County, since we're outside of incorporated Capron, the village of Capron. So, but we think it's better for us, better for our landowner, and better for you all if we permit through the village. So we wanted to sort of test the waters and see what you all thought.
Okay.
Because if there is appetite, then we would like to go forward with the village and not permit through the county.
I'm not sure what I think would be the logical thing for us to do after this meeting, is to put it out to the residents in town and get some feedback from them, especially the people that are gonna bring this thing, okay? And, you know, if it's close enough to more people are yes to no, then, you know, we can get back to you and start talking about what the process is. If we get a lot of feedback that say we don't wanna have that in our backyard, then obviously, you know, I'm here to represent them, so
Yep.
that would be where it goes. But, yeah, go
I
ahead.
have a question, I've heard you say you're looking to come to Capron, for the benefit of Capron.
Sure.
As opposed to Boone County. Have you pitched this to Boone County? Have you met with the Boone County zoning department or their, what?
We have.
And what is their input to?
I mean, it's generally receptive. I think that some of our sort of competitors have had mixed success permitting through the county, and that's one of the things that we're considering. The county puts a high value on displacing productive agricultural land, for example. So that's a
Aware of
message
that, and I've
that
worked with Boone County on other behalfs, and so
Yeah.
it might be a little uphill.
it was
going through
even,
Boone County.
to be honest, it was even the suggestion of them to at least explore this option with you all, so, with the zoning board administrator.
Okay.
So they basically said, we are a little iffy, so go to them kind of situation?
No, they didn't say that at all. That's just, we feel that we would likely be more successful and under a quicker timeline to at least try, and again, benefit you all more so if we were part of the village. We can certainly permit through Boone County. So.
All right.
So next, if you go to slide six, so in terms of environmental impact, first one is the visibility. So our solar project in general won't be available, won't be visible to public. For our system, we basically gonna add the landscape buffer behind the adjacent properties. So basically, for this particular side, we're gonna add the beach buffer at the north side, solar side, and the west side, so the neighbors won't see our solar side in general.
It's kind of hard to trust that, because the people down at the water plant that put one in said the same thing, and we still haven't got one up there yet.
Well,
It's
they're
kind of
working
hard
on
to
it.
trust it.
They're working on it. They had to get a contractor out here to finish it. so
What's the
it's coming.
landscape buffer?
They don't want that to be wide open, it's their project, they wanna keep it
Wait.
protected.
Okay, he had a question, so let everybody hear it.
Say it
I
again.
was wondering what a landscape buffer specifically would involve.
So it's basically a vegetation buffer.
It's not a berm, it's just
No,
vegetation.
It's not a
Not
berm,
berm,
yeah,
right.
it'd be likely either one or two set of staggered offset trees.
Yeah.
Most of the residents that abut this tract actually have pretty decent screening currently, but we would just, double up.
And on top of that is our solar panels, they basically like they include like a non-reflective glass or coating. So like if you like if you stands like next to the solar panels, like you actually won't see the reflection like from the solar panel, which is something something to clarify. In terms of the noisy, like the project, once the project is constructed, the project will sit quietly. You probably even won't notice that if you don't look that way. We'll sit quietly, and also during the construction, we kind of expect like a slightly like bigger noisy because of the the moving trucks, everything. But the construction period is only like 3 to 5 months, so we should be good on that one as well. And
So there is still a fence that's gonna be so like people can't just be going in and messing around with your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the next. So I'm going to share the in order to ensure the safety of the public, we're gonna install like the perimeter fence.
Okay.
And people won't get in or like.
Right, like a chain link or something, so people just aren't getting in there and, because, we have that problem sometimes with empty houses and different things too, so.
And in terms of the safety, like that's the next slide, glad you asked that. And on top of that, the chain link fence we're gonna install. Basically, our solar system will be designed based on the electrical and also the building codes. And also like often for like I would say solar project, we use like a higher standards, so like guarantee like safety there.
Okay.
And a few other things like like solar, like this is like something I really like solar fuel, like it doesn't do like emission, like there won't be like a gas or any like liquid emission, and the solar side doesn't include like a flammable like a fuel source either, so that's pretty good. In general, like a solar system, like for our solar project, it will improve the drainage as well. The one reason is because we're using like basically replaces for example for this one, replacing the crops with the grass, and the grass will stay there like all the year round, and that will prevent like the stormwater runoff. That's pretty bad. That's pretty good. And additionally, like existing drain tiles like will be preserved and repaired like if necessary. And our civil work will eventually like improve the drainage as well. And another thing I learned, actually, this is something we learned from the Boone County, is we understand like the farmland is very valuable like in the community. So for this solar project, the property will be returned to its original status, it's like original use. So basically like at the end of our project life, we can basically like restore the site to the basically like farmland condition, that we can continue to use it as a farmland.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're gonna use the the pollinator friendly ground cover as well for this project. And we're like consider this like we'll be using the sheep grazing, basically like have the sheep to like walk around in the yard, in the solar yard, and then do the grass maintenance.
I was wondering who was gonna do the grass, but that sounds good. But yeah.
So basically like we like as a services we provide like really like once or twice a year. Basically like on top of the sheep grazing, we may like provide once or twice a year to do the like have somebody like take a look at the farm the solar side, make sure the grass is maintained at a certain height. I think the maximum height is like 2 feet. Like most of the time it's like below that height.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I ask a question, please?
Sure.
The project's useful life we've established as 20 years. Is there some kind of degradation to the panels themselves that make them obsolete or make them no longer functional at that point in time?
So we actually treat them as anywhere between 20 to 35-year assets, and it's true that panels do degrade over time, but it's a very small amount. So but it's like less than half of 1% per year. So that's not the thing.
So potentially, after 15, 18 years, you can simply replace the panels.
We could. So at the very least, we have to operate it for 20 years because we're going to have a contract with ComEd to purchase the renewable energy credits that come out of our project, and that's a 20-year contract. So we can choose to decommission it after 20 years, or if it's economical to keep it operating, then we'll continue it until it becomes uneconomical. Sometimes we consider things called repowering, which is to like replace the panels or replace anything that's degraded, like even if the steel pile has degraded too much. But at least 20 years, so it'll be built to at least that.
But to be clear, you'll keep it there as long as it's economically profitable, and number one. Number two, do you have a lease in place with the property?
Absolutely. That's the Lorraine Brown Trust and her family. I think they've been
That's what I was wondering,
longstanding.
because I knew that they
Yeah.
had passed away, and I knew there was property on each side with
Yeah.
thick cattle, so I wasn't sure at first, but you were taking the house down and doing the whole area.
No, we're not on the house tract, actually. It's just the.
No,
the
just
ones
that-
to
that
the-
one field.
the
Just
east
the
of
one
that.
field,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Picture, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, the house is sort of, the house is really over here.
Okay, all
So
right,
it's-
I see,
it's that part,
okay. No, that's fine.
which is the only tract we have under option.
Right, okay.
And the Brown family is very supportive of being annexed into the village as well. And I
And
understand.
they've been
that.
very active in the community.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So this is like Adam mentioned earlier, like this is our first meeting, introduce ourselves and also the project to the community audience and understand people might have questions or people's thoughts, so we're pretty open-minded and to see what's going on here and yeah, if you have any questions or any.
So when do you kind of wanna, if it was passed, when would this something be started? I mean, how soon is this something?
We'd like to start as soon as possible. As long as we get a decent pulse rate from you all, I think that the best, unless you disagree, the best way to gauge public sentiment is at a zoning board hearing, right? Everybody can come out and, provide testimony. So as long as you all think it's a generally good idea, we'd like to proceed down the path. And
I would like to get some feedback from the residents of town first before.
And we don't vote
Do
until the end
anything.
of the month either, so.
Well, this will take
Months.
at least 2 months.
At least 2 months,
So the time
okay.
to hold the public hearing for the, one, we have
Passing all
we
the
have to
paperwork.
negotiate
Yeah.
and prepare an annexation agreement. You would have to look at it, you get that all approved,
Okay.
have the public hearing on that, and then that annexation would be contingent, of course, on them receiving the zoning they
Right.
need, so then the.
Now, let me ask you a question. If they get permitted through the county and they're not annexed into the village, then we don't have any control over this at all?
That's correct.
Okay, so if we annex them into the village,
Then you have
then
some
we have
say.
all the control.
Yeah, that is definitely worth a phone call to the county. from
Okay.
us.
Okay,
Talk to them about that.
all
Good
right,
question, good point.
okay. I just think that's an important point.
Yeah, very, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably know that, I've worked with the zoning person over there on our
Right.
projects, you probably would know who it is, so.
Okay.
We can figure that out.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, I would like to put some feelers out, in town. Give us a period of time, and then, after we get some feedback, I can get back to you and tell you whether the residents are interested or they're not. Okay?
Yeah, we were hoping, I guess, that maybe more would have turned
Well,
out.
I was hoping too, but,
Well, sometimes.
It's a
the
small
last people
town.
is a good thing.
Yeah, but we want to actually hear from them, so.
I get it.
We get people that watch the YouTube video.
Okay, that's-
yeah, we got
That's
people that are
great.
watching
So-
this on streaming
That's why
now
we
too,
wanted to make sure
so.
that you were able to be seen and so you could explain so that they
Again,
would.
Which is one of the reasons they're not sitting here, so.
The camera's right there.
Yeah, and you can see on the TV that you're in the picture, so that they can see who you are and what you're saying.
Okay,
Any other questions or comments?
I'm good.
I'm good,
Well, we appreciate you guys hosting us.
okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming,
Thank
and I promise we'll get in touch
If
with
we
you
switch to
maybe,
them, they don't have to put
maybe in
solar
May,
panels in our house.
okay? I want to give it enough time to
When they
get
go
some,
through comment.
get some feedback here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, appreciate
Okay,
it. Yeah, good. Yeah, we're good.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the last item I have on the agenda is the sickage contract. Now, I didn't give you a copy because I don't have it yet.
Okay.
They call it their annual engagement letter, just a fancy term for the next year contract, okay? Which is their accounting firm, okay? I think they've done a really good job for us. They help us out a lot when we have our annual audits, et cetera. They help me formulate our budget, et cetera. And I don't think they're overly expensive. we know them, they know us, so I'll recommend it, but I'll have the contract for us at the business meeting, and I'll go over, I'll make sure that you all understand what increases there were in it and everything before we vote on it,
Okay.
okay?
And then you still got the house on Third on here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
house on Third Street,
We're moving forward. I've ordered the title work. I have to order minutes of condemnation. That'll send notice to everybody. We have to coordinate the posting. It's,
okay,
well,
Happening.
yeah.
all right, so that's moving along, okay?
We could
And
move faster, don't get me wrong, so
Yeah, I know.
I'll get on my assistant.
that's okay. I just wanted to put it on so y'all know what's going on, okay? So that's where we're at right now. We're at this stage of the project, okay? Trustee Wiggly's not here. Trustee Carranza, you got anything?
No.
Trustee Lacewell?
No.
Trustee Agee's not here. Trustee Wolfout?
Not at this time.
Nothing. Trustee Panal?
Nothing tonight.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you, folks.
Don't forget to give us our
So we
signing
signed the
paperwork.
road.
Everybody's got to
Rachel
sign
will
this.
be outside.
Why don't you use your